As you're now moving into a new aspect of your earthly plane where that is concerned, as moving into a new aspect of your life on the earthly plane where that is concerned, as you are now moving into your year of 2021 where that is concerned, a new year, a year of peace, community, harmony, and equality, not so much, dear ones, outside of yourself, but within you. It is most important, dear ones, as you move into your year of 2021, is to now look into the mirror. Your year of 2021 is looking into the mirror. It is about taking responsibility once again for yourself where that is concerned, but moving that to a new level, to a greater level, to a deeper level within the depth and breadth of your heart space where that is concerned. So you can now move into the powerfulness of self where that is concerned. So we ask each and every one of you, how deeply entrenched are you in the depth and breadth of your heart space, your soul space, where you're now taking full responsibility of yourself, moving into a powerfulness of peace, community, harmony, equality, intimacy, oneness within yourself where that is concerned. So you can now emanate that powerfulness, that radiant, vibrant light out into the third dimensional realm and be that. Year of 2021 is a year of moving fully from doing to being who you are, emanating that bright light outside of yourself, emanating the powerfulness of you outside of yourself, emanating peace, community, harmony, love, equality, intimacy outside of yourself, and standing in that beacon of white light around you where that is concerned, of the powerfulness of you, where you are now fully being who you are, and knowing that you are loved for being who you are, letting go of the old woundings of trying to prove yourself, doing to prove yourself, continually trying to prove yourself out in the world, saying, this is what I am doing, can you see that, and now do you love me, where that is concerned. So your year of 2021 is moving into a year of being, fully being who you are, allowing the radiant white light from the depth and breadth of your heart space and your soul space to shine out onto the world, to shift the consciousness of the world. It is not so much, dear ones, about shifting the consciousness en masse where that is concerned. It is about shifting the consciousness of another where that is concerned, the consciousness of another where they are still looking outside of themselves for the deified mythical leader outside of themselves to leave them to the problem land. Actually, dear ones, still looking for mom and dad. So in many ways, dear ones, what you can do as you have now raised your awareness and consciousness to the wounds of the child inside of yourself and are nurturing those wounds of the child inside of yourself, to now see that in another. See the wounding in another outside of yourself. See that they are still allowing their wounded child to lead them and thus are looking outside of themselves to someone or something to lead them in life. It is simply, dear ones, when you break it all down, it is still the wounded child looking for mom and dad to lead them, to take care of them, to love them, to honor them, to value them. The wounded child looking outside of themselves constantly to know that someone else will take care of them, and thus they will be able to be alive in life where that is concerned. It is simply, dear ones, etched in survival consciousness. The wounded child looking outside of themselves for another to take care of them. It is now time, dear ones, to see that in others. Look to see where that still may exist within you, but you have raised your awareness and consciousness to that and now understand it and can nurture it where that is concerned. Meaning, you have reparented that child, you have become the adult, you have become the parent of that child, and now you are taking responsibility for yourself. It is most important now, dear ones, to see where that wounding has led you to isolating and separating yourself from others, looking at others in a divisive way, in a derisive way where that is concerned. It is now time, dear ones, to stand in the depth and breadth of the powerfulness of yourself as you move into your year of 2021, to be that beacon of white light, to be who you are, to be the one who has raised his or her consciousness and awareness of self to a greater degree where they can now nurture themselves and move into a collective consciousness of your choice, creating a new soul family of your choice. And we utilize the word choice because the adult knows choice. The wounded child knows no choice. The wounded child thinks they have no choice. So what is your choice as you move into 2021, dear ones? Do you still look outside of the world in a divisive fashion where you're looking at either or, right or wrong, good or bad. Or you're looking at the beacon of white light that shines in the depth and breadth of your heart space as you move out into the world, into the full beingness of yourself. Your year of 2021, dear ones, is the year of releasing the doing to prove to others who you are, and moving into a place of full beingness of who you are, where you then will do, utilizing your talents and gifts that you honor and value. To utilize those talents and gifts that you honor and value and have more purpose to your doing. So the question we have, dear ones, what is the purpose of your doing? And we've asked that question many, many times before. So it is now time, dear ones, to carve a pathway of beingness, to carve a pathway of love, community, harmony, equality, and see where that exists in your life right now. So the question we have for you is to look at your life right now, to see where there's community, harmony, equality, intimacy, passion with other like-minded individuals. Others who in their heart space hold that space for you and you hold that space for them. Quite possibly now, dear ones, it is time to fully release your attachments to the third dimensional realm. Your year of 2021 will be a slow process of fully releasing your attachments to the third dimensional realm. So it's important for each and every one of you to look at those attachments. It is not about detaching, dear ones, because you are in this third dimensional realm based upon the choices that you made to incarnate in the human form in this period or this cycle of your soul's divine plan. So it is important, dear ones, to see your attachments to the third dimensional realm in your year of 2021. And to release those attachments to what you have, to those outside of you, to the world outside of you, to the world of form outside of yourself, and move into a place of a multidimensional beingness where you can look at what is transpiring in the world outside of yourself and look at those attachments to it. Meaning, do you still look outside of yourself to be loved? Do you still look outside of yourself to prove to others that you are lovable? Do you still look outside of yourself for others to look at you to say they approve of you, and then you know you are loved? Do you still look outside of yourself in the third dimensional realm, thinking the deified mythical leader is going to lead you to the promised land? Do you still look outside of yourself, dear ones, for safety and security? Do you still look outside of yourself to those outside of yourself and think that they will complete what is in your life? The reason why we brought up the word choice earlier, dear ones, is because now you have a choice to love those who love you. You now have a choice that basically brings another into your life in intimacy that enhances your life and you enhance their life. It is not about, dear one, being completed by another and then there is love. That is an attachment, dear one. So it is important, dear ones, as you move through the year of 2021 to look at your attachments and see what transpires as you release your attachments. Because as we said when we came to you this wonderful and most glorious time, it is about moving into the powerfulness of you, into the beingness of you. You, the adult that can now differentiate between the wounds of the child and how that child led you through life and still quite possibly does. And differentiate the adult within you that has full powerfulness and the nurturing ability with compassion and acceptance of others and yourself. So it is also time, dear ones, to move into a greater level of compassion and assert that compassion out into the world. Assert that acceptance out into the world. Accepting all that is transpiring in the world as so is in the divine plan of your universe, of the soul's process on your earthly plane. Move into the multi-dimensional beingness of you, dear ones. As you move through your year of 2021, it is about a constant movement into the multi-dimensional beingness of each and every one of you. Can I now move into the depth and breadth of my soul space and look at what is transpiring in the world in that fashion? Detaching yourself from the old way of being, the old way of doing, and releasing all of the old that no longer serves you. As you move into your month of January, dear ones, it is still important, dear ones, as you make the transition. Because as we said to you before, dear ones, it is not where something fully ends and begins. It begins and ends at the same time. Life ebbs and flows, dear ones. You will move into expansions, contractions. It is important, dear ones, to see now as you move into your month of January of your year 2021, to see what still needs to be released and continue that process through your month of January. And you will continue that process, dear ones, through the first 6 months of your year of 2021. A process of releasing that which no longer serves you, who no longer serves your highest good. The relationships that no longer serve your highest good. But it is important, dear ones, to recognize, define what is your highest good. Because your highest good, dear ones, will define for you the new collective consciousness. So define, dear ones, what is your highest good? And who champions that highest good as you champion another's highest good? Your first 6 months of your year of 2021 is moving into, dear ones, the balance of giving and receiving in life. So you can move into a new collective consciousness of peace, community, harmony, and equality. Is there a balance of giving and receiving in your soul family, dear ones? Is there a balance of giving and receiving in relationships you are having with others? It is most important, dear ones, to understand that as we reiterate all of this for you, it is simply, dear ones, another step into the depth and breadth of your soul's divine plan in the full beingness of who you are.